Welcome back, Sethling here. Today I've got for you a box. This box is the UHC box, or Ultra Hardcore box. This box, basically, you import the schematic into your world, place this box somewhere near the server spawn point, and it will turn the entire world into Ultra Hardcore mode. If you don't know what Ultra Hardcore mode is, you may want to check out some of my recent videos. It's a game mode, survival game mode, where players can't heal naturally. You can use golden apples to heal, although golden apples require iron or gold ingots rather than gold nuggets. And there are some other ways to heal in Ultra Hardcore, although in this version those don't work. Let me talk about what this does. So if I put myself in survival mode, you put this box in here, it'll set up everything necessary. All you have to do is just import it. Now, if I take any damage, ow, okay, we'll see I'm at, what is this, 7.5 hearts. When I naturally heal, the box poisons me so that I go back down to 7.5 hearts. Now, if I take a little bit more damage, I go down to, I'm now at 7 hearts. Whenever I naturally heal, it'll knock me down to 7. So it keeps track of what your life total is, so that if you do heal naturally, it will knock you back down. This is kind of annoying because when you're like jumping around and you get poisoned, and you take that damage, it kind of knocks you down. My recommendation is, if you're playing Ultra Hardcore with this box, that you kind of let your hunger deplete a little bit so that you're not healing naturally. Because if your hunger is below 9 bars, you don't heal naturally, and you won't get that poison effect anymore. If you heal any other way, say you drink a health potion, it's also going to knock you back down to where you were. So health potions and regen potions don't work in this version of UHC, but golden apples do. It works a little bit differently though. So the way golden apples work, and I've got a bunch of apples here and gold blocks here. The way it works is, if you get an apple in your inventory, the game will automatically take that apple from you, and you can see Ultra Hardcore whispers to you, "Apple achieved." So I've gotten an apple. That means if I then get a block of gold in my inventory, it'll whisper to me, "Gold block achieved," and you'll notice that I've healed up a little bit, and now I'm 2 hearts above where I was before. So a golden apple will heal 2 hearts. It gives you regen for a few seconds, and it heals 2 hearts. So that's exactly what it does. In this version here, I get another apple. Notice it does take it from me, so it doesn't tell me how many I've gotten. Okay, now I'm back up to full health. If you get multiple apples without getting any gold blocks, it will keep track of how many apples, but it just doesn't tell you how many, so you have to keep track on your own. So that's one little drawback. But the golden apples will still work. It's gold blocks require 9 ingots rather than 8, so it is a little bit more resource intensive to do it with the gold blocks. But basically, the reason I decided to do it this way is because normally, golden apples require just gold nuggets, and there's no way to change that crafting recipe in vanilla Minecraft. So gold blocks are close enough. If I die, let me make sure that I'm going to keep my inventory when I die. And I'm going to set my spawn point right here. Okay, so if I kill myself, you'll notice I now get teleported way up into the air, and I'm going to be kind of kept here. So basically there's just a loop that says anyone who's died, just teleport them up in the air. Now I can actually kind of control myself. I'm pressing the strafe key right now, so strafe left. You'll notice I'm going to get over this box, so I can kind of float around the world really slowly as I'm going. But I can't ever get back down to the ground, so I'm kind of in limbo. At this point, you'd probably just want to disconnect from the server because there's not really anything you can do. Normally you wouldn't have anything in your inventory either. So I can so again, it's teleporting me up because I have death. So if I say scoreboard players set Sethling deaths 0, it'll drop me. Oh yes. Whew. That's close. So what's in the box? What is in the box? Let's take a look. It's a lot of command blocks. All of this stuff is done with command blocks. All of it. If I type scoreboard objectives, oops, objectives list. You can see a list of the scoreboard objectives that are used to keep track of data in this game. So let me kind of go over them one by one. I'm not going to go over them in the order they're displayed. I'll go over them in better order than that. So health, which is the fourth line up, health keeps track of your health. You'll see Seth Bling has 20 health in the tab menu, and that's kept track of by the game. Whenever you take damage, that automatically updates the health scoreboard objective. Max health, which is the bottom one, keeps track of what health you should be at, so that if you naturally heal, it'll knock you back down. So if your health is ever above your max health, that's when the game poisons you. And then deaths keeps track of your deaths, and that's kept track of by the game. Now, Apple test is used basically to mark a player temporarily, because the way this works is we set the Apple test value for a random player to 1, and then we test and we try and take away their apples using the /clear command. So we look for a player who has an Apple test score of 1, and we try and remove the gold block and apple from them. Now, if those /clear commands succeed, then they're going to activate these comparators, so we can tell that they've succeeded, and that's when you whisper to the player gold block achieved or apple achieved, and you keep track of their has gold or has apple. You can see here I'm adding one to the has gold or has apple objectives for that player. So you use the Apple test score so that you can have all these command blocks talk about the same player. And it's actually I think it's kind of a clever way of doing the same thing for all players, but keeping track of a single player at any given time. So there's a little clock here that drives all this. It's this item hopper clock here, and that's what keeps it going. The reason I decided to use an item hopper clock is because when you use something like MCEdit to paste a schematic like this, if you have repeaters in the clock, the repeaters are going to get frozen up. So the clock wouldn't start up necessarily, but the hoppers will work when you paste it in. So the clock just starts up on its own, and it goes. There's a bunch of command blocks here that set up your objectives in case you didn't already have those objectives. And you can dig into this yourself. There's a bunch of command blocks here that's, well, I'm not going to go over the command entirely, but it basically, this one poisons you if you have too much health. All of these poison you if you have too much health, and these keep track of your max health variable. You can see we're setting the max health. Anyway, if you really want to know how this works, though, you're going to have to dig in. It's a little bit complicated. It uses a lot of scoreboard logic, and the redstone isn't very complicated. Actually, there's very little actual redstone, and there's no gates or anything. It's mostly just a clock. Anyway, I think it's really cool, actually, that you can import this single schematic. Now, remember that you need to import this schematic somewhere near the spawn point for the server. And if you do put it somewhere near the spawn point, within, I think, 8 chunks of the spawn point for the server, then it'll operate no matter where you are, even if you go far away from the spawn point, even if you go to the nether or the end, it'll still work, and it'll still keep you from healing. I actually, to test this out, I brought this into a world of mine, just a new single player world, and I played ultra hardcore with it for about 3 hours, and it worked perfectly for me. So it was a lot of fun, actually. So this is a cool way to do it, to create an ultra hardcore world. If you don't want to use Bucket for whatever reason, use a plugin. This will work in vanilla. It's not quite as good as the original thing, especially because of that poison damage, but it does work, and it's pretty cool. You can also import the schematic with World Edit, I believe, and it should work, although I haven't tested it. But yeah, you can download this box, the UHC box, from the link in the video description. And yeah, try it out for yourself. Dig into it, see how it works. Have fun. That's about it. Thanks for watching.